Greetings, Comrade Captain. Sea Raptor here, bringing you another World of Warships replay, courtesy of our friends over at WoWReplays.com. This is Whiteout on the North American server, here in his Tier 9 German cruiser, Roon. Roon is, of course, being Tier 9 just before Hindenburg, and to some extent I kind of classify her in my mind as a baby Hindenburg. Once you get the upgraded guns, she has those same glorious 10-second reload German 203s that you get on Hindenburg. She has an AA suite that is, by the numbers, pretty comparable to Baltimore. Slightly less range, slightly less power, but it's very, very close. So this is not a cruiser that a carrier pilot is going to want to see. She, of course, comes with the standard stock of German torpedoes, although Roon is a little different from most cruisers in the German line. She only ever has one torpedo launcher per side. We're here on North, spawning a bit to the east. Let's have a look at the teams. Not too bad. A 4-3-5. Lots of destroyers in this game. A 10-destroyer game. So this is going to be very interesting. Headed towards the west here, kind of across our cap circle first. Have a look around and see the disposition of the enemy team. Roon is a fantastic Tier 9 cruiser. I did sell mine to buy Hindenburg, but I'm looking forward to buying her back someday. Looks like one of the enemy North Carolinas is continuing to head west. Probably has friends over there. We can't quite see yet. We do have quite a number of destroyers headed that way. And we've got an Ibuki kind of poking around along that gap on the 7-8 line. Those shots on him. But as I was saying, Roon is probably one of my favorite Tier 9 cruisers. She's truly fantastic. They've buffed her HE now. Her AP has always, her AA has always been solid. She's just an excellent ship. If I'm only up to north at New Orleans on the U.S. cruiser line, and so far I'm not overly enthused with what I've seen. So I'm curious to see how Baltimore shakes out in the end. One of the things that you'll notice here, this is patch 0.5.6, so the minimap mods are in full effect, and you can look at that outer range circle that you see on the minimap. Showing our range is 20.7 kilometers, and we know automatically that rather than equipping the rate of fire module, Whiteout has equipped the range module in that slot, pumping his range from his base of 17.8 all the way out to 20.7. So this is he's kind of kitted this one out a bit as a long-range sniper, trying to follow those shells and see where they go. Decent shots on this Fletcher. Got the HE loaded. The new HE, the new German HE. I'm a big fan of this stuff. If you haven't tried it, if you have a Hipper, Roon, or Hindenburg, and you haven't been in the game to try your new HE rounds, highly recommended. They are a notable improvement. You will notice the difference. So obviously, doing what cruisers do, if you can see a destroyer and you're not shooting at it, you're doing it wrong. A couple of decent in caps there. Looks like that Fletcher's going to smoke up and try to hide. He's got an Udaloy there at close range. That can't be very comfortable. His engine's out. Does he not have last stand? An American destroyer without last stand. What is the world coming to? Still kind of lobbing shots in here, hoping to land a random hit on this Fletcher. Not quite sure where he is now that he's disappeared into the smoke. You can see two other enemy destroyers over there, way over on the one line. I have no idea what they're doing over there. That's a horrible position for them to be in. That tells me they were not paying attention to their rudder or their map position while they were headed in that direction. North Carolina's taking a couple of pot shots on us, but at 19 clicks, those are long shots at best. Not very good. Gonna flip back to the center of the map. Don't want to quite push this far to the west. A few rounds out of the North Cal, maybe we can get a fire lit. Yeah, even his rounds are falling short at this range. Long-range targeting is tricky. The longer the flight shell time, of course, the more time your opponent has to be somewhere else than you thought he was going to be when you lit those rounds off. So we've got a Kiev, a Hatsuharu, and a Fletcher kind of operating over on the 1-2 line, backed up by a pair of North Carolinas. Excellent. We get a fire lit. That's fantastic. We've got what looks to be a Pensacola hovering in their cap circle. Probably not a bad play, given as fragile as the Pensacola is. And I can't tell if that's the Ibuki still over on the 8 line, but it looks like he grounded himself, whatever he was doing over there. And then you've got at least one battleship that looks like he was last seen headed to the 9-10 line. Not exactly the most productive place for a battleship on North. And then he had a cruiser with him who looked to be splitting off to the south when we saw him last. And the Pensacola's gone already. That poor guy. I mean, you know, Pensacola's guns are great, but as a ship, she's just brutal. She's so unforgiving. If you get looked at wrong, take a Citadel. It's so sad. Rounds out on the North Carolina at 16 clicks. This is good range. Obviously trying to get some fires lit here with the HE loaded. Kiev spots pops up here in front of us. Udaloy's got him spotted. Or excuse me, this Hatsuharu's got him spotted. So we're going to put some rounds out on him while we can see him. Always a good play. Looks like is he turning away? He is turning away. It's going to make him harder to hit. So both these NorCals have decided that it's time to push up. They are working in tandem. I can't tell. Are they divved up? No, they're not divved up. But they are definitely pushing up together. There we are at the 14-minute mark, just taking our first damage. That's how you know you're going to have a good game in a cruiser, when you go a third of the match without getting any damage. It's a good game. I love playing my cruisers, man, but there are games some of them, even with decent armor, just feel like they're made of tissue paper. North Carolina takes a pot shot at him, gets a regular penetration. Kind of angled back in towards the center here. Trying to keep these guns into the game while we open the distance between us and these North Carolinas. Don't want to take too much incoming fire. Still have the HE loaded. Obviously looking to get some fires lit here. Now he's detected again. Now that he's fired, obviously was kind of trying to sneak away out of detection range. Good fire lit on the stern there. That first leading North Carolina. And then fire lit there. I'm not sure where that one came from. I wonder if the Kiev is still shooting at us. Yeah, there they are. Kiev is still shooting at us. Immediately put those out. Same way our buddy in North Carolina has extinguished the two fires that we lit on him. No, I approve of this tactic, and here's why. Again, the buff to the German HE mean that you really kind of need to be trying this. Ordinarily with broadside battleships, I'm like, punish them with HE, punish them with AP, and he's got a bit of a decent broadside shot here. But I think he's probably got the right play. Oh, wow, somebody smacked that guy hard. Ouch, he's going to feel that in the morning. You know, and that's get the guy lit, maybe get him to burner's repair, get him lit again, and then maybe switch over to AP. That's not necessarily a bad play. I don't think he's going to make it. Is he going to burn down? Yes, he is. Kill number 1. So now we fall back and start trying to light the other barbecue on fire. The other North Carolina. Good old-fashioned battleship barbecue, as we like to call it in the destroyer world. Cruiser world, I mean. God, I am just all over the place today. Trying to get this Fletcher off the board. There we go. Somebody gets him. So suddenly this North Carolina over here is pretty Goram lonely. The Kiev is back up along the 4 line. Excuse me, that's a Hatsuharu. The Kiev was last seen headed south on the back side of the 4 line there, on the other side of the islands. There he is, popping up over here now. But this battleship has got probably at least 3 to 6 people shooting at him at any given time. So he's lacking friends. Incoming torpedoes off somebody. Didn't go very far. Trying to put rounds on this Kiev while we can see him. I approve of this decision. These guys are devilish to hit. You need to be putting rounds on them while you can see them at all times. Can tell we overshot those or they fell a little behind, but he's definitely... I mean, look how far he's having to lead. He's putting like the bow of the destroyer on the edge of the map. Look at that guy, he's zooming. He must have his engine speed up. Now he's going to turn. I don't know how this guy's got his ship kitted out, but when I put my engine boost up on my Kiev, I think I hit 47 knots, which is just insane. Nobody has really good experience trying to predict leads, shot leads at that kind of range. Oh, it was a torp run on this Tirpitz. Look at these torps. And they I'll run out of gas just shy. Still trying to get fires lit on this North Carolina as he's retreating. Already burning once. Low health. Don't think he's going to make it. Question is, do we get the kill? Or does someone else sneak in there and get it? We get the kill. Kill number 2. So already, at the halfway point of the match, the 10-minute mark, already a great game for Whiteout here in Roon. He's got 2 battleship kills to his name. Decent fire damage. It's hard to complain. Have a check at the mini-map now. Kind of see how the game has shaped up. 2 battleships have pushed up the 9-10 line. I'm assuming, yep, that's the Tirpitzes. At least one of them is turning... They're both kind of turning away from 2 destroyers and a cruiser. I don't know which cruiser, but Well, actually, let's see. We can guess. We know the Baltimore is with us. We're the Roon, so it's the Ibuki over there with a couple more destroyers. This Hatsuharu has... Ooh, he's in a bad spot. He's between us and our cap circle, and we are decidedly going that direction. Yep. Pop the sonar, and we can see the torpedoes coming in. Those will be easily avoided. And if he sits in that smoke, he's going to be a dead man by the time we get there with our sonar up. Now, it looks like he's continuing to run east. Who could spot him? Must be the other... Yeah, okay. The other North Carolina? Yeah, must be able to spot him. Hits him hard. Looks like he's got HE shells loaded. He's on fire. Engine's out. Half health and falling. Oh, he repaired it. Okay, to see how this goes. More torps coming in, starboard side. See, this is what I mean. When I talk about, I tell people, I say, you know, if you equip a high-tier German cruiser and you take hydro and you pop it at the right moment, you're basically immune to torpedoes. You're going to see them coming it's like 6 clicks out or something. You're going to have light years to avoid them. So if you run into them, it is completely your fault, and you're just not paying attention. Kiev has now run way south. He's kind of out of the game right now. If you look back at the 9-10 line, you can see one of those Tirpitzes has died. There's another destroyer. There's actually a destroyer over there. Can't tell which one. Well, let's see. Let's check. We know where the Kiev is. We know where the Hatsu is. So it's either the Fubuki or the Kagero over in that direction. Baltimore is now trying to push up the 5-6 line here, kind of come up through the B gap. What would be the B point on a domination game? I'm not sure I like this play. He is all by himself. Yeah, they're capping, but we have a lot of ships able to pressure that Hatsuharu in the cap circle. He's probably not going to either hang out or survive very long. And look at where this Baltimore's going. In a minute, oh, there's the Fubuki popping up at close range. We've got 2 destroyers in our cap circle. Okay. This Baltimore's going to show me his broadside in a minute. I mean, it's going to happen. Just look at his position and the way he's steering. He's going to hug that island. This is not going to end well for him. Yep. Whiteout's already got the AP loaded. Baltimore on 8,000 health. I'll bet he gets him. If he doesn't get him, with this salvo, it's the next one. All right, so yeah, he's on 1,200 HP and falling. This is it right here. He's dead. The last salvo was a bit short, but yeah, that was such a bad play. Why would you throw away your ship like that? Switches back to the HE. Knows he's still got a Hatsuharu up here to hunt. Needs to clean out the cap circle. But he's got to be careful. He's got a Fubuki on his starboard side somewhere. And his Hydro's down for another 70 seconds. Now he's got a Tirpitz gunning for him. This is going to get entertaining. Well, while he's hunting the Hatsu, looks like he's going to just decide to chuck rounds over there at the Tirpitz. Why not? It's not like the Hatsu can't see him. Yep, Torps, port side, so we know he's over there somewhere. He's now left the cap circle. So we didn't kill him, but we accomplished the same thing, which is we drove him off. There he is. He's still fairly close, 6.5 clicks. We've got to be very wary of this Tirpitz. With his rounds having just fired, now we're going to turn and hope we can get all the way around before he reloads. Hard turn to port. We know the Hatsu's up there. Obviously, easily going to dodge these torpedoes. Tirpitz has got to be lining up for a new shot. He's got to be... Yep, here they come. Looks like we slowed down just a smidge to throw off his aim. All right, we take a little bit of damage. 8,000. It's not too bad. We pop a heel. Good timing for all of that. Torpedoes from the south. Got to be the Fubuki hanging out down there, being a nuisance. More HE at this Tirpitz. Going to try and see if we can get him lit. I like this play. Just keep pressure on him. We've got 2 more battleships moving to support us, so we just have to not make a mistake and not get dead. You can see if the Tirpitz more rounds out, we turn away. That's the right call. We could pick up the Hatsu again very briefly. And Tirpitz gets some more damage, but nothing lethal. Not yet. Check the mini-map. We've got another destroyer over here now. Who is that? I see he's shooting at us now. A Kagero. A Kagero on 800 health is going to get in a gun duel with me. Goodbye. Like, why are you dumb? that was a dumb play. Okay, well, goodbye. Free kill. Hatsu's up ahead, running still. We've got our Hydro up again. He's going to smoke. We get a fire off the Turpets. That's good. Why? Oh, how can we see this Hatsu? I wonder if this is that visibility bug everybody's complaining about. There's no reason we should be able to see this Hatsu through smoke. Wow. Kill number 5. Kraken unleashed. Ow, ow, ow. Turpets hits us very hard. I don't think any of those were citadels. They were just a lot of regular penetrations. German armor schemes mean that you may not necessarily take citadels, but you will probably take penetration hits, and they will hurt. We've got 10 seconds till our heal can come back up again. We're on 15,000 HP. This is a little dangerous. Okay, good. Turpets has shifted his fire. Going to wipe out that North Carolina. If he'd stayed on us, we were showing him a beautiful broadside to make this turn. That might not have ended well. You know, it's funny. It feels like we spent this whole game hunting destroyers. I mean, we've killed 2 battleships, 2 destroyers, and a cruiser. We're still in the fight. We're still defending our cap now. This Turpets, yep, Turpets is back shooting at us again. A little bit of damage, nothing fancy. Pops heal number 2. Probably going to push him back up to 20,000 HP or so. That's pretty respectable. If this Turpets lets him too close, he may find himself eating a face full of torpedoes. Of course, that goes both ways. You got to be cagey with these guys. There's a destroyer smoking up behind him. See it? Yep, it's the Kiev. The Kiev's back. He's not at 20 kilometers anymore. All right. We take some more big damage from this Turpets, but he is, yep, he burns down. Kill number 6. Wow. Excellent game. I like this game. This is a game that really shows you what Roon is capable of, but it's funny because he's spent so much time firing HE rounds. You don't typically see, the Fubuki's still lurking somewhere, you typically don't see German cruisers firing this much HE. But one of the reasons I like this replay is that, you know, it's post 5.6. We've got the new HE rounds going. It's a really good example of what they're capable of when forced into it, I suppose. We know the Kiev's over there in smoke. We know he's sitting in the cap circle. We're just kind of taking pot shots here, seeing if we can bump him and reset his cap points. Hydro's down for another 35 seconds. The timing's going to be just about perfect. By the time that Hydro comes up, we're going to be in range to absolutely waste this guy if he's still hiding in that smoke. Got to put that fire out. Yep. Yeah. Can't afford to take extra damage at this point. Ah, we clipped him. He's in there somewhere. I think that Kiev has figured out that we are coming for him. There he is. He's at close range. 4 clicks. The Fubuki's just behind him at 5.5. Shots on the Fubuki. Good shots on the Fubuki. Stern turrets. There we go. Fubuki's on 200 HP. Throw some torps to the Kiev. Move our guns to him. And bam, Kiev is dead. Uh-oh. Well, this is the end of us. Can we get this? Can we get this Fubuki? Okay, we're alive. Did you guys see that? That was awesome.
Watch this again at 3/4 speed. Stern guns fire on the Fubuki. He takes a hit. He's down to 200 HP. We immediately shift to the Kiev. Forward guns to the Kiev. Hit. Stern guns to the Kiev. Hit. Kill. We look up. Ah, crap. Torpedoes. But before they all hit, bam, forward guns at the Fubuki. We need at least 3. We're flooding out. We're going to die. And there's the shot that kills the Fubuki. Well played. An outstanding game from Whiteout and his Roon. 575,000 credits. A double strike that he got right there at the end. A dreadnought because he barely hung on. A Kraken. A Confederate. And a whole pile of damage. Well done. 2,110 base XP and 8 kills. Staggering. 8 kills. On less than 80,000 damage. Look at all those HE shells. 117 HE hits. If this doesn't show you that German HE is far improved from what it was, there's nothing else I can show you that's going to convince you. That's just all there is to it. Thanks again to Whiteout for sending that in, and that was a great game. We appreciate it. So, German cruiser videos are coming very soon. 5.6 has rolled out. In fact, 5.6.1 has rolled out. They've fixed Hipper's gun arcs. I've started in on the first video. That should come out, I'm hoping for this week, but it's getting kind of late, so maybe early next week. And then I'm going to start trying to put out at least 2 a week going forward. It'll be easier once I get over the hump and get the first one out, once I figure out the format and everything. So, thanks for watching, and hope you'll subscribe. See you next time.